Hi, this is Kampmann, and this is Sunrise. The setting in this short story is March of 2011. I'm in the southwestern part of Virginia, and I get a late start in the day, and I make one mistake. Because there's a shelter I am aiming for, I decide not to bring a tent. The weather is okay. It's a little cold, but it's not that cold. And so I take off maybe at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I get up to a ridge, and the ridge is very wide, and the only problem I'm encountering is the ridge is in clouds, and it has also started to rain. Clouds are like fog. And as the dusk was coming on, I kept my head down because the rain was hitting me in the face. And I was heading, I believe, towards a shelter that was at the very top of this particular mountain that I was on. Well, I came upon woods that I was not expecting, and also the trail started going down, and suddenly a flood of doubts entered my head. The question was, had I walked past the shelter without seeing it? At the same time, I knew that if I had, the next shelter was 10 miles, and now it was getting really dark, and I decided I didn't know what to do. So I put on my headlamp and headed back to see if the shelter was there, but it wasn't. In addition to that, I was in the fog, and so the light was refracting off the light. It was not giving me any light. So I moved back into the woods, but it was heading down, and so I didn't know what to do, and there was nobody with me. And then I remembered I had not brought my tent. Now, if I had had my tent, there's no problem. You just set up a tent, you get in it, you go to bed, you wake up the next morning, and you find the trail and you move on. That wasn't an option for me. So what I decided to do is do the smart thing, do nothing. I got my sleeping bag, which was warm enough, out. I got in it, and I went to bed and waited all night long for the first light to come. The funny thing about this particular story and this particular episode of being caught in a not a user-friendly moment was that the shelter actually was in front of me, about a half mile. If I had only kept going, I would have gotten to the shelter. But I didn't know. I had no idea, and there was nobody to kind of talk to about it, and of course I didn't have my tent. This is Kampmann, and this is Sunrise.